Hey, it's Dave from cheapwinefinder.com. And tonight I decided to break out the bubbly for some reason. Well, I know why, but we won't get into that in a moment. But it is my favorite type of wine in the whole wide world, which is kind of weird for someone who writes cheapwinefinder.com to love bubbly. But I actually like all sparkling wines. Give me all the Prosecco, Cava, and sparkling wine you have, and I'll be happy. But here we go with this one. And it's got a little bit of story to tell, and this is the Etienne Doue. Doué is D-O-U-E with an accent. Brut. Cuvée Selection. And one of the cool things about this wine, it's a grower-producer wine. You can tell the grower producers from the big name champagne houses because there's an RM somewhere on the label. And this is also an independent Vigernon, which means, I'll try to explain that there's these big champagne houses in Champagne, and they make tons of wine. It's your Dom Perignons and your Moet Chandons and your Perignon and all that stuff. And then most of them don't really have their own vineyards or don't have a lot of vineyards, and they buy grapes from all these other people out there, and they make their wonderful, wonderful wines. And then grower producers are the people who hold back some grapes for their own and make their own. And this Vigernon Independent doesn't sell their grapes. Everything they do, in the vineyard, they keep all their grapes, they produce all their grapes, they sell all their grapes independently. They are boutique champagne, which might sound funny, but like most of the entry-level champagnes out there, they make like 1 million bottles of them, and they're talking about several of the big name brands and use 100 different vineyards. I'm not complaining because I actually like those wines. But this is a state. This is 60% Chardonnay, 40% Pinot Noir from estate vineyards. I don't know how many vineyards they have. Etienne and Virginie, father and daughter winemaking team, make this wine, Doué. And it's kind of a classic wine. The first fermentation happens in stainless steel. They do malolactic fermentation. Put it in the bottle, the second one each and every bottle for 18 months or so. This is their entry level. And after 18 months or so, I've got it. I'm going to take a sip, and so I want to talk about it because this stuff is delicious. Oh, and another thing. I found it for $31. This is before all those big champagne sales are going to come up for the holidays. Come December, you're going to find a lot of great pricing. But grower-producer wines don't have the marketing that Moet of Dom Perignon or Cristal or I can name a ton of them. They don't have their marketing expertise. Those people, they make their wines, they're synonymous with luxury and prestige. These smaller guys have to kind of compete with really good wines at a really good price. That's why you want to look for the RN on a label. You're like, why is Cheap Wine Finder drinking champagne? Because there's value in all price ranges. And this wine is just seamlessly beautiful. It's got great acidity. If you never actually understood what anybody's talking about with acidity, find a bottle of this wine, take a few sips, and you will understand exactly what acidity is all about. It's just the seamless, and it's not complicated, it's not complex. But all the flavors are just right where they need to be and in the right amount. I'm going to take another sip. It's that good. I might just quit talking and drink the rest and maybe pick up at the end or something. It's bright, it's alive, it's got great flavor. It's not just, but nothing goes overboard. It's just sleek and balanced. It's got like 12% alcohol, which is really nice range. This is just a really nice job of making wine. I always kind of like Pinot Noir in my champagne. maybe sometimes more Pinot Noir than anything else. And here it's 60% Chardonnay. Yeah, that's doing it for me. I mean, you get that crispness with the Chardonnay, and you get a little bit of roundness with the Pinot Noir. And that just rocks. I'm really digging it myself. Yeah, there you go, grower producer. We'll get into more of this stuff as we get near the holidays, but I just had to pop the top and have some fun tonight. And keep it cheap, but this is Etienne Doue Cuvée Select. $31 as I found it for. That's a great price for champagne. That is a bargain. Doesn't really matter if it's not cheap. It's still a bargain. So keep it cheap. Adios, and I'll talk to you the next one.